But the last thing I wanted to talk about, guys, but was speaking of using media to your own to your own escape from reality. Donald Trump, of course, putting out a video that showed former President Obama and his wife as primates. And the what bothered me, well, everything about it bothered me, but what I found particularly onerous was the fact, and I think it's a fireable offense, and she should be gone, is the presidential PEP secretary coming out immediately and so vociferously defending this and saying, hey, it's just a joke. You all should get a sense of humor. Well, he should get a sense of social conscience, which, again, people of his wealth and power don't seem to have. Mark,
And different storylines came out about that, whether it was a
yes,
staffer who sent it out, which was at like what, 1:30, 2:30 in the morning. I mean, someone's got to be working in the White House, but we know Trump is up at that time doing all these messages. Clearly he didn't make the video, which, no matter how you interpret it, is as racist as you can get. And you don't have to take my word for it. Take all the Republican members of Congress who
yeah,
spoke out, including and especially Tim Scott of Florida, African American Republican member, who said, highly inappropriate, frickin' racist. Are you serious? And heads should roll. And Trump and his PEP secretary, man, they didn't take the tour of trying to massage what was a bad situation. They went down swinging on it. They became so defensive and taking credit for it. And, we are starting to see more. There's a bunch of things happening that we're going to see in the next 10 months, 9 months as we get to the elections.
10
One,
minutes.
there's going to be, I keep telling folks publicly, things are going to get a hell of a lot worse for our country as we get closer to the elections. We're starting to see it about, will we have elections is an open question, quite frankly, or at least fair and open elections.
Well,
But
according
more
to,
precisely, you're starting to see more and more Republican leaders and prominent individuals like Rogan, Joe Rogan, coming out and just calling out the president of the United States, saying, no, I'm sorry, you crossed the line. And the more that happens, they're not disconnected, because the more that happens, the more he's going to panic also, and the people around him, so that the threat to democracy is going to be greater. But both of those I think are going to happen. And this was one of those times where there was, other than those who are racist and in the KKK and in a bunch of the white nationalist groups, and maybe some of the folks in South Africa who he wants to bring over as immigrants, everybody else was like, no, this one's inappropriate. I'm not supporting you on this one.
yeah, that's- it was fun. It was kind of funny to watch Tim Scott do that. Nope, I'm out. But to, to that point, Nolan, yeah, it's his own niece, Mary Trump, says there's no worst with Donald. There's just every day it's worse. And you've got Bannon now saying they're going to surround polls, with ICE agents